Number one goes to this $1.7 trillion spending bill that was passed over your Christmas holiday weekend in order to avert a government shutdown, which would just be the worst, just scariest environment imaginable that you can go through.
Literally Santa
really
Claus.
Tough.
This was done by Santa Claus.
This is Santa coming in saying, hey, whatever you guys want, don't worry about it. It's free. The elves are going to work on it. Everything's fine. And so we got $1.7 trillion, including, I believe, 18 Republicans crossed the aisle to vote for this. Great job, everyone. This one, I don't know, this one bothers me because I really didn't hear anyone talk in favor of this thing. I don't know any real people that talked in favor of this. And we're like, oh, man, we got to get this $1.7 trillion. We got to get this thing and this. No one even knew what was in the thing. Like, really, they didn't, except for all the money for the military and some of the other spending, the other half of the bill, whatever it was.
They literally got it at, midnight?
They got it on Monday or Tuesday of last week, and they had to pass it, I believe, by Thursday so it could be signed on Friday. And it was a 4,100-page bill that it would be a physical impossibility for it to actually be read, especially for it to be understood or for anything to be challenged in the bill.
Or amended.
And we have no clue what's actually in it. There's a few things. We know some of the big $858 billion for the military. That spending just keeps going up because we have to have it, And it just really bothers me because does anyone actually think that this is what the people wanted, that this is what our, this is democracy. This is what the people wanted. We had to get this $1.7 trillion out of here because it was for the people and this is exactly what they wanted.
Well, especially for Ukraine.
Yeah, we had to do that.
Yeah.
More on Ukraine here in a bit because it's going to get its own.
There's an additional $45 billion to the war effort in Ukraine.
Very important stuff. Here are the Republicans that voted for this thing. Roy Blunt, Boozman from Arkansas, Shelley Capito, or Capito. I don't know how they say it down there in West Virginia. Susan Collins, Tom Cotton is on there. Lindsey Graham. Well, how about that? Never found the war that he did not want other people to go fight. Mitch McConnell was also on that thing. Mitt Romney and a bunch of other people. Tom Cotton, maybe that's a little bit more surprising. Why is the big question that a lot of people would like to ask. Why, when in January, Republicans take control of the House, they could have much more negotiation on the bill. Yes, Democrats will be taking control completely over the Senate, but they essentially already have control over it already. So why rush this one through right now when Republicans would have way more say-so in 2 weeks?
Because they can blame.
Because they can blame it because no one actually cares and because a bunch of the Republicans actually want the funding for Ukraine to go into the bill, and they don't know what some of these, a couple MAGA Republicans are going to do. They're too worried. They don't even know who's going to be running the House of Representatives, and so they got to get this out of the way because that's the only way they're going to get some of their little projects in that they want. It's all fake. It's fake.
It is. And they just keep lining their pockets.
I know.
And we keep falling for it.
Like this guy, Mitt Romney, super fake guy over here. Let's hear what he had to say about this great bill.
Let me explain why I
actually
think
thought
it
he
makes
should be
sense to
president
vote
one
for
time.
This omnibus bill. First, I'm convinced that this will cost less money than if we kick the can down the road until next year. The House Republicans...
Now, first off, he's convinced this will cost less money than kicking the can down the road 2-3 weeks until next year.
Well, at this rate of inflation, he might be right.
True. When Republicans would be able to set more of the priorities to go in the bill. But, of course, Democrats, they're in the Senate. They're going to have to agree on it. But they're still saying that Democrat House, Democrat Senate is going to be less money than Republican House compromising with Democrat Senate to give them something that they would still vote for, that's going to end up costing a lot more money. That I ain't sure that boat hunts.
Well, he's convinced of it.
say that they want to craft a budget, but they haven't yet been able to select a speaker. And I'm not sure they're going to be able to take on the budget for this year as well as the next year at the same time. And by the way, even if they could take on those two things at the same time, it'd need Democrats in the Senate to pass it. And so in the final analysis, I'm convinced that if we don't pass this omnibus, we're going to see a deal that costs more money. So this omnibus will cost less than if we don't pass it. And by the way, the omnibus of $1.7 trillion is about 1/3 of government spending. It's not the whole government spending, it's 1/3. Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, entitlements are 2/3. And it's the 2/3 of federal spending that's adding to our deficit and debt.
It's all of it that's adding to the deficits and debt.
No, but it's the other thing.
It's the other stuff.
Yeah.
It's the entitlements, the Medicare and Medicaid, all that, Social Security.
It's all the other things.
It's not.
Yeah.
This third doesn't add to the debt.
I like how they could just come on camera and just seriously gaslight you.
I know. By the way, if you listen to his voice, it kind of sounds like Robert Reich.
Just straight to your face.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
He also says that we have to have the military spending. We're gonna get into the. All right, let's get into this.
Deterrent. And because we've fallen behind Russia and China in technologies like hypersonics. The domestic spending in the bill grows at 5%.
Oh, hold on a sec. I got to go back to this.
The things that are in it. Military spending is going to go up by 9.5%. I agree with that because of Russia and China's aggression and because of our depleted and decaying Navy, Air Force, and ground-based nuclear deterrent.
Decaying.
This constant emergency. Like they're just falling apart out there. If we don't spend almost $1 trillion every single year, these boats, the most expensive pieces of machinery that ever devised and created by men, are just gonna fall apart.
They're decaying.
That's how great they are.
Yeah.
Can we? What's the amount of money we could spend that would make them last a little bit longer? That's what I want to know.
More. The answer's more.
About 9.5% more.
Yeah, every year. Yeah.
God. These people, we don't have to listen to any more of that mess over there. Don't believe number one goes to Republicans deciding that they want $1.7 trillion.
Omnibus.
The omnibus. Listen, it's going to keep happening, so just prepare yourself. I ain't saying that it's going to be fixed because you know why? It's because of you, not you listening, but it's because of show this video to someone whose fault it is. It's not you. It's probably someone else. It's because of the person you're showing it to right now because they don't actually hold people accountable when they do this. What's going to happen? Are they going to lose votes? In 2 years, are people going to be like, oh, remember that $1.7 trillion omnibus from the end of 2022?
No, they're going to campaign on being conservatives.
Yeah.
And how they're going to have to rein in government spending.
They weren't able to do anything because Democrats controlled the Senate.
Yeah.
And the White House. Couldn't blame them for anything. We're trying to be conservative over here. Meanwhile, they're like, oh, yeah, let's sneak through a whole bunch of money before we get going.
Yep.
And it'll work.
It will. And people will show up and vote for him.
Okay.
Because the Democrats going to be worse.